In this video, we are going to start from question number 13 from exercise 14b D to 7th edition, and the topic is set Venn diagram. Question number 13 is, it is given that H. Now, H is basically a set of rational number. Okay, H. So we have rational numbers over here. Let's suppose, as they have told you. Okay. And in set I, we have integers. Okay. Now, they have asked us whether integers is a proper subset of H. Is I a proper subset of H? And they have asked for explanation. Well, integers are a subset of rational numbers, and as you know, rational numbers are all those numbers that can be written in the form of P over Q. Well, basically there are two types of rational numbers. One is terminating. Let me tell you one thing. The whole numbers or integers, they are rational. 1 is rational, 2 is rational, 3 is rational, 4 is rational, -1, -2, -3. On the other hand, 1.5, that is rational because that is 15 by 10, right? P over Q form, and that is terminating. After decimal you have got one digit, that is terminating decimal. So this is not integer, no, basically. Integer doesn't have 1.5. So basically integer is a part of rational, and when a set is a part of another set, then this is a subset of this, and this is a proper subset of this rational number, because rational, all the elements, all the integers are part of rational numbers, while there are some rational numbers like this one which are not part of integers. So this is yes, this is true. This is question number 13. Question number 14, that is quite interesting. State whether each of the following statements below is true or false. So for A, let us start discussion for question number 14. We have a universal set A, B, C, D, E, and we have got A, that is A, B, C, right over here. Then A complement, and as we know, A complement means universal set minus the elements of A. So when you will cancel the elements of A from universal like this, what is left? DE. So A complement is basically DE. So they have written the right answer. This is true. Part number B. Now if A belongs, this alphabet A belongs to A, that let me take an example. No, let me take an example. Suppose this alphabet belongs, that is an element of A, like that. This A, this is an element of A, like this. Whereas A is a proper subset of B. Now just take an example. Then B, if A is a proper subset of B, then B must be A, B. This is just an example. Now A is present in B, A is a proper subset of B. Okay. Then the case is that A is an element of B as well. A is an element of B as well. That is true. That is true. Revising it again, we have an element A that is part of set A, and if A is a subset of B, a proper subset of B, that means A is in B. A is in B. A is in B, and B must have one element that is not part of A. So I have just considered these to just explain the problem. Now they say is that if this is the condition, then A is an element of B, which is true. This what I have tried to explain. This is part number C. Now if A is a proper subset of B, well, fine, B is a proper subset of C, then A is a subset of C. Well, that is true. That is true. How? Now let A, this one, B, let B, and let C. A is part of B, B is part of C, then A is part of C. A is a proper subset of B. Yes. B is a proper subset of C. Yes. And then A is a proper subset of C. Well, that is true. This is up to part C. Then part D says if A is an element of capital A, this alphabet is an element of set A and this alphabet is an element of set B, then that implies A is equal to B. False. That is not necessary. Well, that is not necessary because if A is like this and B is like this, now this A is part of A, this alphabet is an element of A, this alphabet is an element of B, but in this case A is not equal to B. This one is false. Part number E, if phi is basically A complement, then A is equal to universal set. Well, that is true. That is true. As you know, A complement is universal minus A. A complement is universal minus A, and if A complement is empty, that means this result is empty. That means we don't have any answer here, we don't have any element left over here, and when there is no element after subtraction, that means A was equal to universal. A was equal to universal, that's why we don't have any element left behind, so A complement is then equal to phi. So A is equal to universal, then A complement is phi. This is solution for part number E. So up till question number 14 I have done up till here in this video. In the next video I will upload 15 and onwards, that is basically concept of subset. Thank you so much.